wanted to go, but it happened, the way that it happened, we had no plan. I did not know that morning that afternoon I was going to be booked on a flight to Singapore for a whole month. And so I knew that this was God's will, because I had prayed about it. And so 2 weeks before I came here, I had nobody to look after the property. I had just sheep. There's a farmer down the road, and he puts his sheep on my property. And I'm thinking, well, who's going to, make sure that the sheep are not, getting over the fence, under the fence, through the fence, as they always have, because I have a running battle with the sheep. They always win. And but 2 weeks out, and I just kept on saying, Lord, you sorted that ticket out, and I know that you will provide. I tried a couple of people, it didn't work out. I said, I'm not going to panic. As a kid, I bit my nails. I am Miss Panic Queen. If you want to know how to worry, ask me. But God has really been teaching me about not worrying about what does it really mean to be a child of God.
Yeah.
And you guys had this. You guys had a presenter here at this church in April, Dr. Horst Mueller.
Yes.
Yes, and so, his teachings has just greatly benefited me. Also, Dr. Mark Sandoval, he's an American doctor, and he's got a great presentation about anxiety and, just being in the peace of God. You are never too old to learn, let me tell you. But anyway, 2 weeks before I was due to fly, my brother, who lives at the top of Australia in Darwin, he called up and he said, Sis, my mate wants me to drive him to Brisbane, which is on the east coast, and I live on the west coast. And he would fly me back, but I've asked him to fly me to Perth. Is that okay with you? I'm like, brother. Absolutely. And my brother, he basically, and that didn't work out, but it turns out he paid his fare and he was there when I asked him to. Just one more story. Oh, there's too many stories. There's a story about a kangaroo, because when I bought this property a year ago, a kangaroo came with it, and her name is Tess. And I can tell you, and here I was, I'm just going to insert this one, it's very quick because it's about the kangaroo. The kangaroo, she disappeared for a while, and I thought, I'll probably never see her again, she's wild. But then one day I'm in my kitchen and coming down the side of the yard, down it's paddock, down the fence of the paddock, Tessa, the kangaroo, was dragging herself. She was so thin. She was covered in ticks. And I felt really touched that she was coming back to me for help. And I was able to, I'm not a quick thinker, but on this occasion I called up the wildlife people. And that they were there in an hour, and he treated Tess the kangaroo as if she was a person. And I thought about how much God even loves his animals. That he is a God who cares for his creatures, great and small. And this kangaroo, the wildlife guy, it turns out that he'd been at my place only a week before to fix my air conditioners. And so he was familiar with the property, he knew where to come, and they pulled off every single tick. They gave her vitamin B, they gave her deworming, when I saw her leg, good Adventist, I raced inside and got the charcoal. And I made up a charcoal poultice. And I put the charcoal powder on the kangaroo leg. But of course he bought his antiseptic spray, and he said, if you need me to come back, you just call me. But that, like I said, it taught me another aspect of the love of God. And I'm in absolute awe of how God have we got another couple of minutes?
Yeah. Many minutes.
All right. Look, I wanted, because I'm on this property now, and just how that happened, but I wanted to get solar. I had some, sorry, I didn't want solar. I had some solar. I bought this property because it's got solar panels on the top. And I thought, I want to get some batteries. I'll get some batteries for the solar. And I called up my friend who doesn't live far away, and I said, are you guys sorting out solar and batteries? And they said, no. I said, oh, okay. And I had tried to do this commercially, and I wasn't getting very far. But then, it wasn't that long later, she called up and she said, oh, we've got solar. And I said, I thought you guys weren't interested. I said, you know what, you better pray with me, because I need some batteries. So we prayed, and that very afternoon, she called me back and she said, Terry, my husband has just had a call from the guy that helped us, and he's got 20 batteries, 20 batteries that you can have, and it was at like maybe a fifth of the price. A fifth of the price, right? And then on another occasion, and then she called me up only a couple of days ago, and she said, oh, by the way, the guy who bought the batteries, the company he's working for, they had some racks, because solar batteries are very heavy. Very heavy. They had 2 men carrying one. And so, and they're just lined up in boxes at the moment. And she said, he called up and he said, by the way, the company that I'm working with at the moment, they've got these 2 racks for batteries. And he said, they asked me, they said, we don't need these anymore. Can you do something with this? And so anyway, he said, yes, I know someone who can help them. And she said, when you come back, you've got 2 racks for the batteries that are waiting, no cost. So I just want to say that, you're never too old to do really, it's a bit outrageous. I think my kids were a bit horrified about me going and living on this property by myself. And we're never too old or young to do what God wants us to do, to learn new things, and also just abide in His presence, trust Him, and if He asks you to do something, He will bring it to pass. So thank you very much.